I tapped into the EMALE podcast every week.
Yo, shout out to the EMALE podcast. I'm tuned in every week for that new game you be giving us, yeah?
Oh, you ain't heard the new EMALE podcast yet? Man, you tripping. Tap in.
Man, you sleeping if you ain't heard about that new EMALE podcast. We need to wake y'all up real quick.
Yo, it's your boy Doodoo back again with another fire-ass episode of the EMALE podcast. And today we gonna switch it up for y'all. I got two guests. One of them actually is working to be my next host.
Okay.
Yeah, my boy Doc in the building. What's the deal?
What it do?
Papa Doc. Okay. Hey, Mom. All right, whatever. Then this next gentleman right here, very, 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 I'm going to say very, 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 very special.
Appreciate the love.
I call you a black activist.
But we active, so.
Yeah, you out here for the community.
And we black, so.
My boy Sylvester.
Oh,
What's the deal?
My boy Slide.
My boy Slide. So look, man, go ahead and tell the people who you are before we get started.
I will, my name's Sylvester. Black activist, as the host just introduced. I'm just out here fighting for the people, so making sure that we're not getting beat down by the cops, that we have a fair shot at economic inclusion, because that's something that we've been missing in our communities, and it's not by accident. You know, it's systematic in how they've been doing it, and it's something since 1865 from 2020. You know,
a long time.
Ooh, that's a long time.
It's a long time. You know, so when people keep on trying to say like, oh, this is that was so long ago, racism was so long ago, slavery was so long, it never stopped.
Never stop.
Never stop.
It never stopped. They just found more covert ways to push it, you know, to hide it.
Yeah. So what got you involved and what got you started with this? Like, is it something that you seen? Was it a life experience? Like, how did you start being an activist?
I mean, my background, I've always been drawn to helping people. So like even now, like I'm in school for psychology, so I'm training to be a marriage family therapist.
Oh.
But,
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a whole other conversation right there. You know. But as far as where the activism comes from, how it got ramped up started with Nipsey. So after before he got killed in was it March? To April. April, yeah, I think it was like the first.
April 1st, rent was due. I remember.
It was on a Sunday.
Yeah, rent was due.
It was on Sunday. And I had been feeding the homeless, and I was kind of trying to figure out like what way can I impact the community in a way that's transformative and changes the situation. Because when you give somebody food, I mean they cool for that minute, but then once that moment passes, it's right back to
right back
for some
struggling.
money or something to eat. Yep.
Yeah,
you
right
hungry
back
again, don't nothing change.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out a way, how can I have some like long impact change when I don't have a lot of money.
Right.
So then after he passed and just looking at the way he lived his life and the things he was talking about, he's trying to bridge the gap from the inner city to Silicon Valley with tech and different things. I'm like, you know what? That's somebody that you can follow. When we talk about role models and people to look up to, that's a stand up dude right there. So I took what his model was, and I started looking back at different places he's been, in the Crenshaw district and 59th Street and Crenshaw High School. I was just like, all right, you know what? Let me go ahead and volunteer over there. So it started out where I just paid off the kids like lunch tabs. If they owed money on their books or anything like that, I just paid it off. But then when I went to 59th Street, just the way that they embraced me and just pulled me in and like, are you gonna come back next week, Mr. Sylvester? Like, we gonna see you again? I'm like, damn, how you gonna tell the kids no? Right. So like it just started becoming like an everyday thing, or going back, and then I mean they just became family after that.
And I seen, I seen your Instagram page. I see you out there with the fists in the air. I see you out there protesting. I see you, and I feel like we need more people to be in tune with it. Not just to say Black Lives Matter, but live Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of people, and it's sad to say this, even our people who are bandwagoners.
Yeah.
They put it on social media for likes. They getting on these kind of platforms just to be like, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter, but don't really
They're not
live
doing
it
nothing.
and they don't
Right.
understand it.
Yeah.
So, what is your understanding of Black Lives Matter?
Well, I mean, when we say Black Lives Matter, what we're really saying is Black Lives Matter too, because we've been excluded from that conversation with the way that, this is in different spaces. It's not just with the police. When our women are giving birth in hospitals, we're treated a lot differently. When we go to the hospitals and we complaining about like pain and things, a lot of times we get pushed to the side and they're overreacting. You know, I saw a study the other week that said a good percentage of medical students think that black people don't feel pain as much as other races.
Wow.
Whoa,
That's crazy.
pain is pain, man.
Pain.
Pain is pain. How can you tell me I don't feel pain? I'm in pain.
Did they give like a reason or anything?
Yeah, like what
or-
was like?
What's the
Just
scientific
just perception,
study behind it?
stereotypes, just like
Wow.
they can handle it.
Okay,
But I think that even kind of, has some, slavery roots with the work that we were like, being out in the field. Oh, they're good. They were able to do all the work. They were able to build the country and stuff. And I think just it passed down in different conversations and TV and movie. Like,
that I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
and me, I worked in multiple hospitals. I'm I'm lost for words
Yeah.
because it was times where I was told, and now that I'm thinking about it, oh no, go get this patient first
right,
and take them there.
They'll be all right.
Yeah, this patient is okay.
right.
I'm like, yo,
You don't feel what I'm feeling right now.
yeah, but but I was part of that system. Like,
Right.
not even acknowledging it.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so, it's not just in one phase. Like, they've cornered us
It's a lot of
in,
phases. Huh?
like, all phases of our life.
Yeah.
Where it's either, you're put in a box everywhere that you go, and you're stereotyped, and the treatment that you face isn't on the same level as what everybody's facing. So when we're talking about Black Lives Matter, that's the type of conversation that we're having. It's no equality.
So you basically saying, well, I feel like this.
Right.
It's we not saying we better than anybody.
Right.
We not trying to get more than you. We just tired of having less than you.
That's it.
Put us on the same pedestal
yeah.
where y'all are.
Yeah. And
And
it's crazy.
See how far we can go with it.
You know what's crazy? Like, Black America is really, like, everything in America, I wouldn't say everything, but the majority of the major things that we use every day,
Yeah.
I guarantee people who are racially biased don't even acknowledge that we invented this.
Yeah.
The stop sign,
Traffic lights.
traffic lights, combs, brushes,
Yeah.
sewer systems,
All kind of stuff.
refrigerators,
Yeah.
typepwriters, which became computers.
They
Yeah.
put
Like-
another name.
If y'all tell us to go back to Africa,
Y'all losing a lot.
let us get that back. Let us go back to our homeland. But we didn't have a choice to come here, so we made the best of what it is. And like you said, we still fighting for it.
Yeah.
So far,
Over, you said what, 1865?
1865, and that, I mean, like I said, when we talk about the different things that we're faced, we're talking about defunding the police and different things. I don't think that, and you let me know what you think about it. I don't think that it's possible unless you address the root of all of this stuff that we're dealing with right now. And let me ask you a question. Did you know that slavery was still legal?
No.
So in the Constitution, you can look it up, 13th Amendment. 13th Amendment says, because that was right after the Civil War, right?
Mhm.
So Civil War was pretty much about like, yo, South, we want slaves. The North, we not really, jiving with that.
Yeah, we ain't rocking with
Yeah.
y'all.
We're not rocking with it like that. Now they were still, weren't all the way with giving us our rights, our, full rights, because we were still 3/5 of a human being, but they weren't, as on board with the slavery thing as the South was. So 1865 come and they passed the 13th Amendment. Now the 13th Amendment says it abolished slavery and indentured servitude except when you're convicted of a crime.
Jail,
Prisons.
chain gangs,
Yep.
making jeans and license plates.
That loophole. So let me I'm a run a timeline by you, okay?
Explain that.
I'm gonna run a timeline by you. So 1865, right? They abolished slavery except when you convict the crime. Right after that, what they instituted was black codes and Jim Crow. Okay, Jim Crow laws. So that's basically, I can arrest you for damn near anything. If you're loitering, you're just outside, I can arrest you. If you talk disrespectfully to a white man, I can arrest you.
Wow.
If you're an orphan, I can arrest you. And once you're arrested and you're convicted of a crime, you're a slave again. So now, when they talk about rebuilding the South, they put us right back in that system. And you just think about it. If I've been enslaved, for over 100 years, right? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you say I'm free. Mm-hmm. Where the fuck am I go?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
What am I do? All of us are loitering. We don't have shit.
So it's a little damn.
So bro, let me tell you. So then boom. So they didn't make laws to go against that until 1964. That's when the Civil Rights Act was passed, right?
Martin Luther King. And
right, and we've been dealing with segregation and everything, from there. Then they had this thing called redlining, right? So redlining was basically, I'm gonna give all these white families loans so they can buy property and build homes, but I'm not gonna give any to the black ones. And then I'm gonna push them into the hoods and the ghettos, right?
Mm-hmm. The projects,
right? This is the 60s now, right? So right after this, when we go into the 70s, now they start putting drugs and guns in the community. Because if you think about it, if we ain't got no money, where the fuck we getting coke from? Where the fuck we getting crack from? Where the fuck we getting guns from? We don't got no resources.
None.
And now, like I told you, we just went from 1865. Now we in the 1960s, right? So right after that, it's funny because you know how they doing all the white people now. The white people on opioids, right?
Yeah.
Now it's a health crisis.
Mental health
Oh,
crisis. All of a sudden.
Whoa, Dave Chappelle spoke about that.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, it was funny when it was us.
Yeah.
But now you see them motherfuckers out there leaning. It's a crisis.
Shooting up schools.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's not by accident.
Yeah.
It's not by accident. They so we were criminalized because now the war on drugs, right? The war on drugs is really a war on black and brown people. You was just trying to, you was trying to mess up the Panthers. You was trying to break up all these different groups. Mm-hmm. So they criminalized what should have been a health issue. And then now we start getting into the era of 70s, 80s, 90s of mass incarceration, where you locking up people for weed and stuff. Now that you see white girls on Netflix got TV shows talking about weed and stuff.
Now it's legal. All them people in there doing life.
Bro,
back in that time, they were trying to separate the families.
During this pandemic, dispensaries were essential. It was an essential business, and you still got people locked up today over that.
Still open.
So now that was from 1865 to 2020. At what point were black people able to heal?
Never. Because I was watching. No, I was scrolling through my Instagram. Mm-hmm. It is crazy that this was today.
Yeah.
It said that Michael Vick, actually it's right here. Michael Vick served more time in jail for killing a dog than all the cops combined who have killed the last 493 unarmed black men. Mm-hmm. Let that sink in. 493 black men killed.
Yeah.
Versus 10 dogs. Are we not human?
Hey, they said 3/5. They said we were 3/5 before.
But come on, man. Michael Vick did what?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Lost it all.
So it was 493 officers that did in no time.
But that's because of the laws, too.
Who was hating the most on him?
That's because of the laws, too.
But the laws don't say just because I'm black, you get to kill me.
But the law said because I'm a cop, I got damn near I can do what I want to do.
Almost
as long as I'm scared and I fear for my life.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
because I've been in cars, I've been walking down the street, and I've been aggressively drugged by even in front of my mama before. Mm-hmm. And for one incident, you remember my street killing. Mm-hmm. Speed bumps everywhere. They said I was doing 60. Mind you, I had a Charger on 22s.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I would have towed my whole car up.
Doing 60.
In Compton. Mm-hmm. Mind you, the potholes the potholes
and bumps together.
The potholes will knock a female's tampon out. They so deep. They so deep. Mm-hmm. So by the time I'd seen them coming, I sat in my car, parked in front of my house, and they didn't ask questions, nothing. Soon as I got out of the car, gun here, gun here.
Yeah.
One actually came to the driver's side window and don't move.
Wow.
Where am I going?
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
parked.
The keys aren't in a passenger seat.
Right.
Hit the partner
Yeah.
on the passenger side trying to pull me this way. He's trying to pull me this way. Now I'm resisting.
Y'all pulling me every.
How am I resisting?
Yeah.
So at this point now, okay, yeah, I am resisting. So I snatched my hand because
Yeah.
y'all not finna like try to rip me apart.
Right.
So he finally get me out of the car, and now he's twisting my arm all up. Dude, you don't think this hurt?
Yeah.
Stop resisting. That it hurts.
Yeah.
Stop grabbing me like
They
this.
yell that even when you're not resisting.
Yeah, like I will comply. Like
Stop hurting.
stop hurting me. Like it's human nature to defend myself.
Right.
Like even
That's your
animals
natural
know
instinct.
that.
That's your
Our
natural
arms
instinct.
can't
Yeah,
bend
like
that.
my arms don't bend this way. Like you trying to break my arm.
Right.
And I had actually took a test
Right.
2 weeks prior to that. We were just talking about this for the law enforcement.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a CO. I actually passed, did my psych test and passed and all that, and background came back but that incident even like woke me up. Like I don't want to be this. I don't want to do this.
Right.
I don't want to be trained like this. This is a excuse my language, but this
Right.
is a fucked up way of living.
Yeah.
Like treating people with no respect.
They don't look
Yeah.
at people like people.
I feel like cops are how can I say this? I'm lost for words today. Damn, because I'm
Yeah.
I feel like cops were like bullied in school.
Yeah, the
and
ones that become cops.
That become cops. So now it's their chance to get
There's a
some
lot
get
of 'em
back.
that do.
Or some of them bring their baggage from home, their personal issues,
Right.
and bring it to work.
Yeah.
And able to catch.
Like, bro, I'm not your wife.
Yeah, like-
I take that up with her.
Like-
they anger out on you.
Yeah, so my uncle, he got a podcast called The Gangster Chronicles. If you ever
Right.
get a chance, check that out. The Gangster Chronicles, and one of his co-hosts, his name is Reggie Wright.
Yeah.
He's an ex-law enforcement and black guy. He even said this, and it's something that'll never leave me. If you run from me and I catch you, oh yeah, I'm gonna whoop your ass. But like, damn, what if I'm fearing for my life because y'all have these guns on me,
Right.
or y'all got these dogs on me, or I don't even know what's gonna happen because look at everything that's going on right now. It's like people has been proven innocent, and then they still getting killed.
Yeah.
That's what happened with that young, the Mexican dude, Andres.
Yeah,
Yeah,
security guard?
Gordano. Yeah, they said, and the thing is, they did an independent autopsy, and they said they shot him 5 times in the back. But then they came out. They didn't say who they were or anything like that. They just pulled out guns. Like, what I'm supposed to do?
yeah. So it was that. What was that dude name? I forgot his name. He was running through the park. It was another black guy
The one
running
with
through
the
the
taser?
park.
The old
No,
guy?
the old guy.
Oh, South Carolina. I know you're talking
They gunned. Well, not they.
He.
He gunned him down.
about. Because he couldn't catch him.
You gonna kill me because you can't catch me?
The
Some
thing
don't
is,
think
man,
like that,
because I
man.
think it should always be about protecting life. I would rather you get away than me kill you. I'd rather you let the person go than kill him.
Right. But we have a lot of black people that say this because I've heard it and I feel like it's
Yeah.
ignorant. Don't give the police a reason to even approach you.
Man, listen, being
That's
black.
that's a reason. Being black is a reason.
Yeah.
Big reason.
Well, what was you doing? Or what? Look, he didn't have to do that. It's like, damn, like he didn't do nothing.
That's with the with the Rayshard Brooks situation. Like, was he resisting? Yeah, but the thing is, as a police officer, like the man was trying to work with you. It's crazy. Again, I felt really like that shit really tore me up because looking at how that interaction escalated from like they was talking for like 20-30 minutes. Cool. He's telling like look, I fell asleep. Listen, my sister lived right up the road. I'll walk. Like, if you supposed to be about protecting the people and this man saying like, yo, I'll walk to the place, give him a ticket, give him a summons, whatever the case may be. Get him, let him go to, you have his information.
He
You
didn't
got
do
his car.
That wrong.
But there was mixed emotions with this one too, because he did beat the cops up.
He ain't beat
No,
him
but
up
I'm
in
saying
his
before it even got to that.
Before he even got to that point, yeah. But okay, but
now once that happened,
he took a taser and shot a cop with it. Like,
is that gonna kill you? And I'm running.
no, it ain't gonna kill you, but it's like, damn, I just got my ass.
That's
whooped.
ego. I think it was all ego.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's
Right.
wrong. I just want the awareness of it. Like
Yeah.
it's because it's two sides. Like people saying this, then there's people saying this. But I don't think nobody should ultimately lose their life.
Over nothing like that.
Over-
and you train. The thing is, you dealing with people that aren't trained in stuff like this. So
No,
you need to be the calm
They're
one.
trained. They're scared. These cops are scared
Yeah.
because
That mean they not trained right if they still
no,
scared.
you can be trained right. Because it's just like us when we play football.
Yeah.
You nervous at that first kickoff, but we trained all week for
Trained
this.
all week.
So I've been playing football my whole
Yeah,
life, so
yeah.
every kickoff I'm like, damn.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's like the cops, they aware of what's going on. So when they approach, they are cautious. But I feel like if you gotta come to work scared and it's a possibility you might take someone's life, don't come in to work this day. Don't come in if you scared in your field, don't continue to operate in this field.
Yeah.
We need officers and law enforcement who know the community,
Yeah.
Right.
who know that everybody in this community is not fucked up or doing wrong.
Yeah.
We
Stop.
need some kind of
Stop stereotyping.
we need some kind of stop stereo.
So,
but you
yeah.
saying defund the police?
So, I mean, me personally, defunding the police is just a step to abolition of the police. So, when you have a tree, let's say like the police, it's like a tree, right? The tree is rotten. So if I got a rotten tree, it's gonna bear rotten fruit. It's not like people keep trying to say, oh, it's bad apples. Not a tree. The root of it is rotten. So I need to go ahead and abolish the whole thing and start from the ground up. So in Camden, New Jersey, this happened within the last 5 years. They had like so many scandals, police officers, too many excessive force. They were planting drugs on people. So
Wow.
Yeah,
all about
I
money.
seen a lot of videos like that too.
Yeah.
It's all about money.
So you know what they did? They fired everybody. And then they started from the ground up, right? So when I was talking to you about like why they get away with so much stuff, is because of the police unions, right? So the police unions, they got a lot of money, they got a lot of power. So what they do is that they put money, they lobby, they put money behind politicians that are running, district attorneys, different things like that are gonna prosecute the case or not prosecute the case. So now if I gave you $2 million towards your election run and you win, when
You
it
owe
comes
me
to
a favor.
Oh yeah, favor for favor. They
You owe me
shouldn't
a
even be
favor.
able to do that because they public servants. You
Yeah,
shouldn't
you owe
be
me.
able to throw money behind candidates that's going to protect you,
No.
right?
Not at all.
And then they have a law where it's an immunity law for police officers. So basically, this immunity law, this is how it works. If I do something, right, you have to find the same exact situation that happened in history at any point. It has to be like this. I'm telling like to every like little minute detail. You got to find the same exact situation to compare it to. And if you can't find another situation like that, you can't charge me for it as a police officer.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah?
You giving game. I hope everybody paying attention.
Yeah.
He
Got
giving
to.
game.
Yeah,
right
police
now.
immunity. Like, yeah, look it up. Yeah, so you basically have to find the same exact situation prior for me to get convicted of it. So that's why it's so tough to go ahead and get charges, and that's where, like, for us, it's an impossible.
Protected at, right? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's impossible for us because it's like what we want is accountability. We want accountability at the end of the day. It's like, because if you go do something,
Yeah.
right, they're going to bring you in.
Yeah.
Right.
You said you done time before, right? Yeah. So it's like.
Don't want to talk about that.
Okay. Oh, we edit that. We edit that.
Don't want to talk about
I thought
that.
we fleshed it all out on you.
Flush it all out. Came
Okay.
Right back.
Yeah, cut that. But that's the thing. If any one of us does anything, we would be taken to prison, taken to jail, whatever the case may be. So when they aren't, and that same rule doesn't apply to them, and then they killing us at such a high rate, it's like, do we matter? Do Black Lives Matter?
Mm-hmm.
Because I seen a statistic. So they said, I think it was, I think it was over like 260 white people had got shot within like the past like 2 years, right? From police. And it was like 240 white people that got shot. So somebody said, oh, look, there's more white people that get shot by the cops than black people.
I seen that.
That's dumb math.
I seen it. But don't nobody know who's
But
controlling these numbers.
let me tell you something though. There's 60% of America is white people.
Dumb
We're
math.
13%. So why should the number shouldn't be that close? So
Right.
when you do it on a comparative scale, our number is like we're way more likely to get shot and killed than white people, even though they may have more numbers than us. They're 60% of the population in this country. We're talking about 60 to 13%.
Yeah, so y'all numbers is gonna be higher.
And
anyway.
we right there.
Yeah, and we right there.
Second.
See, my thing is these officers. I just want y'all to hear us.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this right now. I want them to hear us because we're not just saying this for no reason.
Right.
No, it's coming from somewhere.
It's coming. Every time you go, you turn on your phone, you turn on the news. It's a black man being shot, choked out, stabbed, even to the knee on the neck,
Right.
tased to death, or
Right.
died in police custody. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that y'all doing is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, if I can wake up from my mistakes, I'm not gonna keep touching this hot stove and like, damn, this motherfucker's hot.
But they don't
It's
see
hot.
people.
It's hot.
They don't see people as people. Like you really. I've talked to officers where they told me some people are just evil and need to be. So the thing is, when he said, as soon as he said that, I said you don't even need to be in this field, like, because what people do, or what a lot of white people do, what a lot of officers do, is they say, oh, you did this, okay, so go sit here for a couple years, and if you'll figure it out. I don't care like what led up to it, go figure it out, right? Mm-hmm. But what you should do is what put this person in this position to do what they did. You know, we all products of our environment. We all come from somewhere. So, like, when you start looking about the environments that a lot of these people are born into, you know, don't got no homes, lights ain't coming on,
no father,
food ain't on the table,
no father in the household.
No jobs.
What you gonna do?
no hope.
Yeah.
You gonna go out there and get it.
What's your options?
You ain't got no choice but to go
But
out
see,
there.
they don't look at that. They just say you did this, so boom, figure it out.
And then the mentality in jail gets worse because now you're fighting for survival every day. So now when I come home on the streets, I'm already.
That's it.
My mental is already
You
gone.
crying.
I'm already like, okay, he looking at me a certain way. Maybe he
jail
want.
mode.
It's jail mode
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, your morality complex goes out the window. I don't got time for morals. Because morals go out the
For
window.
us, it's not mental health. It's just
But
that's
criminals.
But a lot of people, a lot of our people in our community suffer from post-traumatic stress.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to get shot. You can know somebody from gun violence.
Yeah.
You can you could have been around gun violence. You could have
You can turn on the news.
Yeah, like
you can just keep hearing.
a lot of our people suffer from this, and we not getting treatment for it.
No help.
So it is not doing nothing but escalating.
So that's when you start talking
escalating.
about defunding the police. Now, when we talk about defunding the police, in the mayor's budget that he was proposing, over 50% of the budget was going towards the police.
Wow.
That's outrageous.
Now
Not the schools.
See,
Police.
And see, it is not by accident. So over 50% of your budget goes towards a system of criminalizing people, because that's what the cops are here for. Cops are here to police crime.
Yeah.
If there's no crime, there's no need
There's
for
no
them,
need.
right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, so when we talk about defunding the police, the reason why we're asking for them to defund the police is so you can invest in things that prevent crime instead of a system that's reactionary to crime.
I'm glad you broke it down
Yeah.
like that, so
Yeah.
people can understand. You're not saying we don't want police around. Period.
Just take all the money away. and
Yeah,
stuff.
just like let us do our thing. No, you saying put that money that's in the police hands into better situations and different programs for the youth, and for the people who are on the streets to help.
Affordable housing, get people off the street.
So there wouldn't be as much crime.
That
Less
prevents crime. Like I seen a situation that it was messed up. I think it was in New York. Someone shot a dad. He was walking with his little girl.
Oh man, I seen that. She was 6 years old.
6 years old.
I seen that.
I mean, a lot of shooters like in Chicago over the weekend, like 4th of July, like fireworks.
But I thought about that because I got a daughter.
Right.
And
what happened?
he was basically walking across the street with his daughter in his right hand.
Yeah.
And the car pulled up. I don't even think he's seen it.
Nah.
Because I'm talking about creeping.
Yeah.
And then you just see a pistol come out the window and boom.
One shot.
And she runs as he fall.
Yeah.
But then she like don't know where to run. So
Yeah.
she doubled back and then run the other way. Another man ran.
Yeah.
Like, damn. But this is a memory she gonna have.
Yeah.
Post-traumatic stress right
Boom.
there.
Life.
So who knows how she gonna grow up the rest of her life.
right away.
She need help now.
Yeah.
And then people saw that, and then what people like Fox and stuff did. They start trying to say like, oh, listen, all the defund the police people. Look, we need the police. The thing is, when that happened, and that's crazy how they try to twist up. That happened under your enormous budget. Right now, the NYPD, their budget is $6 billion. That's what it be, $6 billion. And the cops weren't gonna stop that from happening.
No.
That's the thing people gotta understand. Something happens and they call them. Then they react.
Yeah.
No, not even then, because I done been around, and it's shots ringing out. They not coming till that's over.
Yeah.
They wait.
They not.
It's after.
It's after.
It's after
Everybody
the
over there
fact.
dead. They stop shooting. Okay, now let's go.
Yeah.
They not gonna come and try to
They
stop
not
that.
saving
No.
nothing.
Yeah.
No, and it's fucked up to say. This the way they train.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then when you start looking at affluent neighborhoods that have that have money, right? The resources, the needs of that community are being met, right? There's less crime there, because there's less reason to commit crime, because my needs are being met.
Yeah.
If I got a full plate on my table, my light's always on.
Every day.
I got after school programs I can go to. I got my therapist I can go to.
Kids taken care of.
Yeah. My school is good. We got all the the iPads and the computers and
Nipsey was on his way to that, and a lot of people feel like it's different because like, oh, it might be a conspiracy theory, or he's doing too much for the community, that's why they got him, or maybe his homeboy was really just hating. I think they silenced him just how they silenced Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Tupac. I really believe in that conspiracy theory when it comes to us black people.
Yeah.
If you get to talking too much, you got too much knowledge, and people get to listening. Okay, dog, you talking too much.
Yeah.
Especially in the music industry too, though. So a lot of this, I feel like us black men, we got to be even more careful on what we speak about. But then on the other side, like I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. On the other side, it's like, man, fuck that. If I can help my community, help my people,
that's
I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing.
I mean, that's where I'm at with it. And I mean, for me, that's why it's most important to what they said. You can give a man a fish, and then he'll be right back the next day for another one. But you teach a man how to fish, he's gonna eat the rest of his life. So for me, it's about spreading that wealth and spreading that information, because when you have centralized leadership in the way that you had an MLK or Martin Luther, MLK or Malcolm X, that's a target, right? So now if you spread that information out to your community and you arm everybody with that knowledge, right? You gonna kill all of us?
They can't silence everybody.
They can't kill everybody. So one thing I do like about what's going on now is that you hear a lot of different voices right now talking, because you can't just target one person.
Right.
Nope.
Because you got this group over here that's going to keep on fighting that same fight.
Different states, different areas, different backgrounds.
It's harder to shut down a movement, where in the 60s it was easier to kill a movement because they had that figure, and once you take that head out,
it's over.
Yeah.
So you think there is change gonna happen?
Oh no, if it's gonna happen at any point, I think it's gonna happen now. And I think what we had this year was a perfect storm with the coronavirus.
So actually, how is it crazy all this happened at this time?
Yeah.
Like, why everybody at home?
But they actually said the protest is not the reason for the increase of the coronavirus.
You go to the protest, people masked up.
Yeah,
people,
they said
handing out
it's
sanitizer.
nothing about that.
Yeah.
Now you got, you go to Huntington Beach and you see how they
out there, wow.
Because that's the thing what I think one thing that we're seeing with white people is that they don't like being told what to do.
No.
Oh, no.
Especially by one of us.
They don't like being told what to do. So that's why you see all the Karens lashing out.
Listen,
they call it the cops.
I was talking to my mama. She said, I wish a Karen would. And
use that.
The lady, you know what's crazy? And then when they finally like get recorded and it gets to the news and they get exposed, they play the victim.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, white tears.
Oh my God! It's like that lady that just put a gun on that lady and her daughter at Chipotle.
Wow.
She was, it was nothing like this. And this. It's like, lady, listen.
You had the gun.
Listen, you didn't have to pull a gun out.
But why you got a gun?
She said, I didn't think that I was going to make it home.
I want to get home to my kids. That's what she said. And she tried to throw the kids in there.
What was the lady gonna do to her to where she couldn't make it home?
Nothing. But see, that's the thing. Like, we just seen it so much of a threat, and the thing is, part of it is a whitewashing of history, where the way that history is told, again, it holds up white supremacist ideologies. It paints black people in a negative stereotype.
Well, I think I might be hated and bashed for this, but some of this we did on our own.
But why?
Because
you got to go to the root of it.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's no reason for us to be out here acting crazy the way some of us act crazy. Like, we can't yell Black Lives Matter, but then we quick to take one. See what I'm saying? We gotta stop everything we doing. Like how you said, the tree is rotten. We gotta start over with ourselves, bro.
We gotta help ourselves first.
I feel like this is how I feel.
Right.
We gotta stop. Oh, you from this block over here, I don't like you. We gotta stop saying, oh, you light skinned, you soft.
Right.
Oh, you dark skinned, so you aggressive. We gotta stop. We gotta stop.
Stereotype ourselves.
We stereotype ourselves.
The same way almost.
So
sometimes.
the way this is so crazy. I was at work. This when I was working in the hospital.
Yeah.
I was real cool with this lady, and I ain't gonna put her name out there, but she was a white lady, and older in age. She all the little stuff was going on. She was like, hey, like, have you ever just thought about like why Caucasians call you guys savages and animals? I was like, I just feel like y'all don't like us. So she was like, no, this is why. Because animals kill for what? Territory. Animals kill to what? Eat. It's the same thing you guys do. I didn't know whether to be offended or like.
So you know where I'm.
Hold up, like, what do you mean, you guys?
Yeah.
But you know where I'm gonna pause you at. Well, what I'm gonna pause you at is that anything that you call out on us, the way I'll put it is that we learned that from you. If you look at and again, it's the way they kind of whitewash history. When they got here, they had this thing called Manifest Destiny. When Manifest Destiny basically was the settlers saying that God chose us to conquer this land by any means necessary.
And what they do?
We the chosen people.
They was the animals.
So what they did was genocide against the Native Americans, right? So they killed all of them. But the thing is, when we in history and we learn it, they don't phrase it that way.
No, they don't. They don't. They write it to make it seem like
it was like
they was the cool ones. They was the cool ones.
No, I'm telling you, when I was growing up, how I really thought it happened was that the Americans, the Europeans came, whatever. They had Thanksgiving. They traded some beads for some land.
Yeah.
There was no bloodshed, and that was it.
It was all good.
That was it.
Now it was a massacre.
Big lie.
Got them drunk and it killed everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody.
It's crazy what they teach you in school.
But they, the crazy thing about that, they covered it up so well.
Yeah.
Like you were just saying, they covered it up so well. But it take you to learn this on your own.
Yeah. I mean, when you win, you write history. So that's what happened. So I killed them. Who gonna tell the story?
I heard a rumor that they trying to take slavery out the. Well, I don't think they want to take it completely out the history books, but they want to be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. They were fed. They had roofs over their head. Like, I don't think that's right.
They don't teach it the right way anyway.
They don't.
Now.
Like, you know what puzzled me? I had a lady in college, my African history teacher.
Yeah.
She was white. And I'm looking like, how are you telling me about me? This is something that you read.
Yeah.
So I got kicked out of this class. So I raised my hand.
Not the first class.
Nah, I'm respectable though. I said, hey, have you ever been to Africa?
Yeah.
No. So how do you know African history? I was taught. Taught by who? My professor. Your professor was what? Caucasian. Has he ever been to Africa? No. So where are you getting this from?
Yeah.
Like, you telling me my people's all in poverty over there.
Same little book we read.
But Africa is really like beautiful and flourishing.
Yeah.
You got your bad sides everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But Like, don't teach. I feel like don't teach me about my.
I mean, really,
people.
advanced, civilizations in the world, started with Egypt, and everything that was, going there. So I mean, like,
Still can't figure out how they built the pyramids.
Still, to this day.
And they lined up with the stars perfectly.
That's I'm
Watching the
telling
History
you,
Channel,
man.
I'll be like,
They lined up with the stars perfectly. Like it's crazy. Like we are so smart, we so intelligent, we so conquering.
But they take away your culture and make you not know that. That's how they make you weak.
It's time to break the cycle.
It's time to break
We
the cycle.
have to start coming together. We got to stop tripping on this dude, or I'm walking down the street, I don't know how he gonna look at me. I ain't gonna say nothing. We need to start embracing each other, man.
No,
what I want to do is ask you, Sly, how do we move forward other than defunding the police? How do we solve this
Is that
issue?
step one?
Getting close to equality.
So with that, it doesn't. The thing is, you can only get but so far when you're doing that. So when you start with defunding police, like they gave us, the mayor cut $150 million, right? Which is light when you're talking about a $3 billion budget. That's not, it's not enough.
Yeah, that's not even a dent.
It's not a dent at all. And the thing is, America will never prosper until it atones for its original sin, which is slavery. So the thing is, where our focus to me needs to be on is amending that 13th Amendment. I mean, like now, we canceling this show, we canceling this person, we tearing down this statue. Like,
but that means nothing.
That don't change.
It's not getting to the root.
Nothing.
Like you said, it's not getting to the root.
It don't change nothing.
It don't change. It might make you feel a little better, but
I don't care about no statue. That was there.
I wasn't thinking about the statue. Now, while I mean, again, it is that can be a part of it, but that can't be the whole thing.
No.
We need to hit the big stuff, not
big
the little stuff.
Because the thing is, when we're dealing with why this person from this block is scared, or this person from this block, there's tension or there's beef there and stuff, and where the root of it is because those communities are impoverished, because it's a pipeline to $1 billion industry. So the thing is, when we start pushing this in the conversation, because if it's going to be a time where it can change, it's going to change right now. Okay,
right.
So we push this in the mainstream conversation that, hey, it's 2020 and slavery is still legal. I highly doubt that you can find a politician, a mayor, a governor that could defend that in 2020.
I guarantee a lot of people that's gonna watch this didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nah.
Now I know.
Like,
I knew, so I was watching his Instagram. So that's why I wanted to bring you on to
that
talk
is a
about
crazy fact.
Yeah.
It's in the law, so it's just like, so if we pushed, it's like with Kaepernick. Kaepernick 5 years ago couldn't kneel, but now he can kneel. Right,
Everybody
it's a different climate.
Everybody kneeling, and the messed up part and the sad part about that, this man lost his way of. Well, they thought they was gonna take him from making money.
Yeah.
But it actually helped him out with endorsements.
Yeah.
Like Nike. And then you see these white people burning all their Nike stuff.
Good. Yeah.
Like
He just can't play football no more.
yeah,
That's
he
all
just
it
can't
was.
play football no more. But he's still in a position and still have a platform and a voice
to help a lot of people.
to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
So kudos to you, the NFL. Like, thank you. And is there a message that you want to send our communities right now?
The message to me is that we got to focus on the root of everything if we're trying to get anywhere. So when I talk about, okay, we all need to call out, and this is when we call our politicians, we talking to people, we posting. We have to start talking about the 13th Amendment, because when you amend that amendment and you completely abolish slavery instead of leaving that loophole, what happens is the inmates, you have to pay them full wage to be in there. So minimum wage, what it is, you got to pay minimum wage, because right now in a lot of states you get paid nothing, or they pay you pennies on the dollar.
They pay you like 32 cents a day.
So I'm saying. So the thing is, so if you have to pay them...
Don't ask me how I know that.
He does his research. This man's good. He does his research. He does his Googles. He does his Google.
Yeah.
So when you pay people full price, it's going to be too expensive to house everybody, right? So now when it's too expensive to house everybody, now I have less incentive to have people in here. And now when we talk about, we're asking, hey, defund the police so you can invest in the community. Now we have a little bit of leverage when we're talking about it, because I can't take all these people in my system. It's too much money now.
Too much money and it's too much time.
Yeah.
It's too much
They don't want to do
mental
time.
processing.
It's 2.3 million people in our system, and it's like if I'm paying y'all 32 cents a day, I can house all y'all.
All of y'all, and y'all gonna do everything that I say gonna do,
Right.
because this is my rules,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna just pay you like nothing. Like basically, it's still slavery, modern day
No,
slavery.
it's still slavery, and I think that you got to hit them economically too. So a strike, to be honest with you.
We just supposedly we were supposed to not spend money on the 7th.
No, a prison strike.
Oh, how can we do that?
So
Honestly, like,
so a prison strike would mean, I mean, you'd have to have contacts with individuals on the inside, and they'd have to agree to it. But the thing is, they've done prison strikes in the past, but then they only go but so far because they don't have enough media coverage on it, because that's not what they trying to talk
Media
about.
not trying to cover it.
Trying to talk about it. And then 2, they don't have the support from the outside to make help them last through it. Because if I'm getting paid cents on the dollar, like every cent counts if I'm trying to get some commissary, if I'm trying to, talk to my family member, right? So if you see things on GoFundMe go viral all the time. I think, like, if anything, like today, there was a time where we could put money together to put money on people's books and support them through a strike. And with this cancel culture that we're in, and then we see all the corporations that are profiting off of it, Walmart, AT&T.
Nike.
damn, I didn't think about none of this till you, like.
It's deep.
Yeah, it's deep.
But then the thing is, when you push it out there and then you put that public pressure on them, oh yeah, they're gonna fold. If you start hitting them economically, they're gonna fold. But then when you just talking to them, it's just lip service. What they gonna give you? They'll give you a nice little statement. They might give you a little billboard or write something in their company website about it. Oh, all Black Lives Matter or something.
Yeah,
I seen that on Madden.
Yeah.
As soon as you start Madden, Black Lives Matter. We stand behind.
That don't change our situation.
That's why I said a lot
Words.
of people do it for publicity.
Right.
If we can get the black community, because we spend so much money in other communities with other races.
Yeah.
That is, we are the consumers.
Not giving back to ourselves.
We're not giving back to ourselves. And I seen something that David Banner said on the Breakfast Club. It's okay for black people to start being racist, start taking care of our own kind. And I kind of was like, then I thought as I was laying down, I kind of thought about it like, damn, just like everybody else take care of their kind. This is what he mean.
Yeah.
It's time. Not saying like we hate y'all or we don't want to. Oh, I don't like white people. I don't like Asians or Indians. That's not what he's saying.
They all do that already.
Yeah, but they do that. But then expect us to come and spin with them.
Yeah.
But I feel like what he's saying is, pay attention to your people. If you see a man hurting, don't talk bad about him.
Pick him up.
Pick him up. Maybe talk to him. See what, like you said, see what his story is.
Right.
See what his background is. Maybe you can change something. Like I don't care what it is. Something small can grow into something so big.
Yeah.
Right.
Like look at the studio we in. It started so small, but now look at where we at. We got a major production.
Right.
Thanks to the F&M podcast and Innovative Culture. Then we got another guy over here who sit down and make beats. But we all didn't know that we did this.
Yeah.
Or had these outlets until we actually sat down and talked about it.
And the thing is too, even when you was younger, you probably didn't think that it was possible. It was an option for you when you was younger. So part of it
wasn't.
It's education.
I ain't gonna say it wasn't, but I felt like you're right. I didn't feel like it
You
was.
weren't thinking about it.
And that's what I wanted you to touch on, your program.
Okay,
the
so
education part.
So from my nonprofit, so I have a nonprofit.
The love we don't see.
The love we don't see.
The love we don't see. So that's about highlighting the love that is out there in the world.
So this is a website, right?
It's a nonprofit. I have a website.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a nonprofit.
Okay, nonprofit.
So what we have an M5 initiative, right? So our M5 initiative are, we feel like these 5 things, if we focus on it, we can close the wealth inequality gap between our inner city communities and Silicon Valley and the affluent wealthy ones, right? So our M5, starts with entrepreneurship, right? So entrepreneurship, letting kids know that, hey, listen, you don't have to just be a worker, you can own something, right? Tech, coding, and programming, because say when we was coming up, we could go to McDonald's and we get a job, right? When they coming up, you got a machine in there, right? They phasing it out, so it's like if you can't program that machine, you're not gonna have a job.
Not gonna have a job.
So when you go to these schools, do they have tech material? Do they have the iPads? They don't have that.
Nope.
So you have a whole community that's going to be left out. And when we talking about hope and being hopeless, they out in the cold, right? In the future. So that part, that's important right there. Financial literacy. We don't talk enough about money.
Nope. Economics.
How to save money.
How to make money. How to build
How to
compound
invest.
interest,
How
stocks.
to what do they call it? Passive income.
Passive income. We don't know about that. You don't start finding out about that stuff. It's like if
Real estate.
Until you out of high school,
until
or
you're out of
college,
high school and you might
in
be
debt
lucky
already.
that you run into somebody that give you game.
Yeah, but by then you already in
late in
debt.
the game. But then when you start talking to I got white homies that, oh yeah, my parents started talking to me about that in middle school.
Yeah.
You know,
Get that.
they set up these accounts. like Roth IRAs. There's
IRA accounts. Yep.
So this is what you teach.
Yeah, and then there's two more. Then two more is the other two is multicultural psychology, because I feel like we have a lot more in common with each other than we have different. And I feel like if we sat across from each other, learned about each other's backgrounds, and broke bread, then we start breaking down a lot of these cultural barriers that end up turning into race-based fear, because you fear what you don't know.
Yep. Stereotypes.
So if I don't know you and I don't talk to people that look like you, all I'm going off of is just whatever I hear.
What you
off
see
a
on
movie.
TVs and movies and
Right,
the internet.
Yeah.
right, and then social emotional learning for the mental health aspect, because as we know, that's big, and that's what our communities have been missing. And I laid that timeline, 1865 to 2020, been no time to heal. So
And like I said, that post traumatic stress is real.
yeah.
It's real, and people out there living with it don't even know that they have it.
Yeah,
So I'm glad you touch on that.
yeah, that's what we do.
And so, more of a story. I have a message, and I thought about this message before I even started the show. I'm gonna say I was a victim of being caught up in the streets.
Right.
To my black, brown brothers, sisters, it's time for us to leave a legacy for our kids. It's time to leave a legacy for ourselves. Reach one, teach one, touch one. What I mean by that is
Power off.
What I mean by that is we have to start knowing who we are, knowing our culture, not so quick to sell our culture for a quick dollar. We have to be in tune with ourselves. We have to be in tune with our communities. Like I said, just because this guy live across the street don't mean he's a bad person. Just because you are programmed to think, oh man, I gangbang out from over here, I hate all them. Some of them people over there can be your best friends.
Yeah.
Some of them people over there can give you $1 million or $1 billion business opportunity if y'all just put your brains together. So we have to just sit down and listen. It's a saying that's out there: if time is passing you by and you stuck in the same situation, I mean you're not paying attention. I feel like a lot of us, this color with this melanin in our skin, we are not paying attention because we are so stuck
in our same
on
spot.
materialistic things. Who got the baddest female? Who got the flyest whip? A quick dollar, basically.
Yeah.
We have to break that cycle.
We gotta break that quick fix cycle.
You know what that is because they broke us inside.
Yeah.
So we look externally to that. That's almost how we kind of cope. It's like if I get this nice thing over here, like I feel better about myself.
You feel equal to.
What I'm saying is like. You can spend your money how you feel. I'm not saying don't spend money. Period. Don't get dressed if that's what make nice you feel good. That's what make you feel good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, be acknowledgeable.
Right.
Of the situation.
Said invest.
Invests. It's people out here with hundreds of thousands of dollars in their pocket, and then when they die, their parents got to sell a fish plate. Because we got to start investing in the right things.
Yeah.
You can't say you're a grown man or a grown woman, and you don't even have life insurance, or you're not teaching your kid. You're not
banging, but you ain't got life insurance.
You ain't leaving nothing for your kids. We have to. This is it. This is the game. We have to leave something for the next generation.
Right.
Besides some Gucci shoes, Jordans, belts, we have to be one. And like I said, reach one, teach one, touch one.
Gotta be more knowledgeable.
Gotta be more knowledgeable. So look, man, I'm gonna wrap this session up, And I'm glad that I got a chance.
Oh, man.
Oh, you do the fist down.
we dab
We dabbing out here. We dabbing out
Duck me
here.
elbow.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, tell everybody where they can find you.
thelovewedon'tsee.org on the website, and then on Instagram, the love we don't see.
The love we don't see. That's my boy Sylvester. Doc.
Sylvester.
So like I'm end it with this. We need to start talking about the 13th Amendment. Push that out there. 13th Amendment, 13th Amendment, 13th Amendment. Slavery is still legal, and we won't see change until we change that.
I got it.
There it goes.
Drop the
There it
mic.
is there.
There
Drop
it
the
is
mic.
there. Doc, tell everybody where they can find you at, man.
You can find me at Beastie_5 IG. And then we're going to be on Email Podcast soon. Me and Doodoo together.
Yeah, there it go. And like I said, I want to give a shout out to the FNN podcast. I want to make another shout out to Cool Ass Cam, my engineer back here.
Shout out to Cam.
Killer Cam, the innovative coacher. It's a team. It's not just one. It's a team.
Yeah.
You got TB. You got Punch. You got him. You got me. You got Big Shirley. You got Chop It Up. You got Keep It 1,000. You got everybody. I'm shouting out everybody.
I like that.
We're a process, and we all
Give them their flowers.
we all under the same roof. We all under the same goal, and that's to reach one, teach one, touch one.
Yeah.
You can find me. Everybody know where you can find me. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. You can find me at Do2Times. That's DOO2XS on Instagram. Make sure you you follow the email podcast page.
Yes, sir.
Oh, before we leave, I'm gonna give you this email.
Email.
You know what this stands for? I told you, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if you got it.
Let me see. It's
Elite.
elite.
Elite motivated alphas leading every day.
Okay, boom.
Don't take that personal, ladies. If you want to come on here, I got something for you too. But I feel like you represent that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to have you on here. There it is right there, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to the Email Podcast.